Come from the dirt, been through it all. Pray to God that he hit my car. I used to stumble, but I never crawled. Bounce back like a round ball. Come from the dirt, been through it all. Pray to God that he hit my car. I used to stumble, but I never crawled. I bounce back like a round ball. Bounce back is the podcast. When we laugh about a dark past. What's up, everybody, man? I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in to my first show, Bouncing Back the Podcast. Y'all know this is a podcast where I talk about overcoming just some of life's hardest situations. First guest, he about to pull up any second now, man, Mr. Jacob Home, man. Power Wise, we're going to dive deep into his life and, figure out that transformation, see if we can get some young brothers to, get inspired and get motivated by my brother's story. And that's what we all about, man, here at Bouncing Back the Podcast. I want to thank all y'all, like I said, for tuning in to my first show with Power Wise. And we on Bouncing Back the Podcast. Let's get it. What's up, Big Lou?
Love, baby, love.
Brother.
No doubt.
Brother here, man. Finally, man, we finally able to sit down and chop it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, this is a podcast, man, that I just came up with. And when I thought about having a podcast, I knew it was going to have to be something positive.
Yes, sir.
It didn't be about no thugging or I wasn't going to do none of that. So when I came back with that Bouncing Back the Podcast, I'm more of like, man, we need to talk about where we was at before, in the streets and doing all of this, and then to where we at now. And there got to be, I'm not just, interviewing people, just anybody that was just in trouble. You have to be that made a transition.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be somebody different than who you was back then. You know what I'm saying? And that's my whole thing. So, man, tell the people who you is, man.
Well, my name is, they call me Power Wise. I earned that name from studying with my brother Linwood and my brother Rasan, which his name is William Hill. They taught me different ways and different avenues to change my direction in my life just by studying. But I was surrounded by knowledge all my life, and then I finally gravitated to it when I got tired of living the so-called street life, So,
okay. So that street life, we're going to start from the beginning because my whole thing is breaking it all the way down. It's like lifting weights.
Indeed.
When you lift weights, you got to break that muscle all the way down and then build it back up. That's what we're going to do. So where was you born? What city? What state? Tell us everything,
Right. I was born in Jackson, Michigan, but when I was a baby, we moved to Ypsi. And when I lived in Ypsi, I learned actually how to fight. These guys was not playing. It was like we had to throw down or you can't come outside. Right. So I got good with my hands, you know what I'm saying? So then after, like 78, we ended up moving to Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, it was a different atmosphere. It was a lot of gang activity. You can walk any corner of the street, cross the street, you'd be in another gang. Right. So I learned, how to handle myself pretty well because I had my best friend. His name was Art Kim, and he was a blood. We stayed in the jungle, actually where they made that movie Training Day. And we stayed right on the same street when they was throwing the birds in the air, if you can remember the movie, whoever watched the movie. Yeah. And anyway, I was hanging with him all the time, so they thought I was affiliated with the gang. So, that's what happens when you with the wrong crowd.
You end up being affiliated.
So I got caught up like that.
You was affiliated.
So yes, sir. So I seen myself, we fighting, going to school, fighting in school, fighting after school. And then, it got worse and worse. So my mom, it's like, we got to get out of here, go back to Michigan.
Right.
So I ended up moving here in 1987.
Okay.
So when I moved here, the first night, me and my brother Tracy, we went to a club called Botany's. It's for the older cats if they don't remember.
I remember Botany.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Old school Botany.
Yeah, it was the first night. We don't know where we at. We just trying to meet some women. We dressed it different because Cali had a different style than Michigan. We was wearing the Fila sweatsuits and the Adidas suits. That's when breaking was out. Hip hop was just really growing. So the first night we get jumped, man, by 15 guys, and so they didn't know we can throw hands. So we back to back, and my cousins, they left us. They didn't know. They went into the streets, and I'm not mad at them at all. We kept it real. So we was the Capone brothers at that time. Me and Trey Capone,
that's right.
and I was Jay Capone.
Jay Capone.
So I earned my name. Excuse me, my brother. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I earned my name because in California, if you want somebody's name, you got to go head up. And that name Jay Capone was pretty sweet, I thought, because they used to call me the Terminator because I used to tear up some things.
In California.
In California. So
Terminator.
That was my first gang banging name, you know.
Okay.
And then I said I wanted Jay Capone, so I had to go head up with the brother. Then I took his name, and so my name been Jay Capone.
So y'all really went at each other over the name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ooh,
that was just how we got down to Cali,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Just different mentality. So, you know, actually, even in that time, I was 13. I can remember I had my first joint and the beer. I had Old E at the same time. So it threw me off track. So when I actually came to Michigan, I was like a different breed. My energy was like super high, man. I was like, wow. So the things that they was doing here, we was not doing. You know, we was in the streets trying to make some money, hustling. A lot of guys playing football. And even though I did play football, but I had a chance to calm down a little bit. Because I was like hype. I was drinking, smoking at a 13-year-old. That's not good, you know what I'm saying? And my parents didn't know. I snuck it until I got caught, of course. You know what I mean? But
so how was your thought, you know, leaving California?
Yes, sir.
You know, what was that? Pomona? What was the name? Pomona Park or something? Where y'all was that Baldwin something?
Talking about where we lived at?
Yeah.
We stayed on Hillcrest.
Okay. I did
right
some research
from
on
Baldwin
there.
Hills.
Yeah, Baldwin Hills.
That was where the rich people was at.
Yes,
sir.
Look at that, man. And so from coming from there, that's like in LA, 1,000,000-something people.
Yes.
And then moving from 1,000,000 people to moving back to somewhere where it's 30,000, 50,000.
Right.
I mean, I know that had to be just a shock on you. So, you know, how was that, you know, coming back home?
Well, it was breathtaking at first because I ain't never, you know, had to leave your bike on the porch. You can leave the front door open.
Right.
You know, it was great. I mean, people saying hi to you, not mean mugging you. So we had to get used to that because we was in the environment, survival of the fittest. And if you didn't survive, you definitely gonna get ate up.
That's right.
That's just how it was in Cali. In the 80s, that's how it was, you know what I'm saying? So when we came here, it was like they had different crews, you know what I'm saying? They had the Dita Down crew, the China Bina.
And so, okay, I
got
to stop you. I got to stop you on that one, you know.
Okay,
so,
my fault, brother.
You know, I want to know, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes,
where did the name Beastie originate?
Yes.
You know, because that was, you know, the Beastie crew. You know, I can remember when y'all touched down at Parkside, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I was
sir.
like a grade under, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And it was, you know, y'all came through that mud tough, you know what I'm saying? So how did that originate? Where did the Beastie?
Well, see,
and who was the original Beastie crew?
Well, when I hear they was dying. The Beastie crew was dying, I guess, because John Estes, it was him, Dell, it was Lenny Armstrong. It was Greg Terrell, rest in peace, my brother. And it was let me see if Dinka, Steve Hardman, his name as well. It was them guys, and there was a few more guys actually though. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys got locked up in juvenile. So anyway, you know, I haven't really heard of the Beasties. You know, I didn't hear of them because it was just the Capone family. Me and TP, we wrote it out, you know, for a while, and then we had to get our respect. Respect is everything, y'all. Remember that.
Respect is everything.
Everything. Believe that. So anyway, you know, Mendel, he had got with my sister Joni. That's how we hooked up. And then me and him got real cool. Then his headquarters was the Beastie crew.
Shout out to my boy Dale, man.
And Hakeem, Nate Crampton as well.
Happy birthday.
Evan, happy physical.
Happy birthday.
No doubt.
Nate.
Yeah, Hakeem, he was with him too as well. All them guys. But then they was dying a little bit because, you know, a lot of guys got locked off. Then, you know, I came in Cypher, you know, then we changed it, you know, because I put that Cali swag on it. Man. And they weren't used to organization, I'm going to say.
Exactly.
Because it's a big difference, y'all. We had the street beasties and then we had the school beasties. The guys in the street, we was really out there getting it done. And we would still go to school because my big brother wasn't having that. He said, if you don't go to school, you can't be a part of this, you know what I'm saying? Thanks, shout out to TP for that love, you know.
Shout out to my bro TP, man.
So, you know,
bro.
As we go, you know, we had the street beasties and we was out there. A lot of guys were scared to go to the arcade. There was a spot where, you know, where it was really popping though. If you didn't have no heart, you couldn't be there. So a lot of cats couldn't go. That was the school beasties, and we would go back to school bragging like, yeah, we was there. Yeah. We had to take care of business, you know what I'm saying? As a young guy in the 8th grade, we was doing grown-up things a long time ago.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went down. And then my name got bigger and bigger, and everybody thought I was the leader, but I never was the leader. I was just more like the general, you know what I'm saying? If you want to look at it in that perspective, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But all them cats, and they played a different part. You know, after John left, he went with Beav and them. And then, you know, the crew, you know, had to keep bringing it back. And we had Donald Hamilton. He came through later on. And that's when we was dying out a little bit, you know. That's when the hustle came, you know.
Right.
And,
that hustle. And so the hustle, when you talk about that hustle, man, for you, I know you have to talk about one place, and that's Chiddock.
Chiddock Kill for life, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That was our thing.
Man. That
was our thing,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and how was that life, man? You know,
it was hectic, man. I mean, it was like a nightmare on Elm Street, if you want to say. They had dope things everywhere, man. And I mean, we had Andre Glassy up the street, and my man Rasan. I ain't gonna affiliate him. I'm sorry, Andre. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, much love.
We had keeping it real, man. We keeping it real, man. All that's in the past, man. You know,
no doubt.
You know, we ain't glorifying nothing.
Never.
You know, all we doing is trying to teach some people, man, that where we come from to where we is
straight from
today,
the bottom, baby.
That we can come from the bottom and be here today talking some positive stuff to reach out to some of these young boys.
Wake up, brothers.
You know? So let's keep it going about Chiddock, man.
Well, Chiddock, though, you know, it was a monster, though, man. Soon as you walk outside, you got $100 there. No doubt.
The gorilla, my bro, man.
Yeah,
man,
no doubt.
Had the block shook, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, you remember at the time, I met you through Robert, my cousin Robert. I met you and Ken.
Yeah.
And at that time, y'all was doing y'all thing. Y'all was on South Jackson, but y'all go anywhere y'all want to go. Because we kept it like that. It was just a community thing. But when we connected, our crew got stronger.
Man, no doubt.
Stronger. We've been strong ever since. Since the day I met you. You know what I'm saying? Much love.
Yeah, you put that what your name is, that power behind you. You know
power,
what I'm saying?
Yes,
you showed me a lot more about that power. I was always strong, but you know, when you and Ken and me, you, Ken, and Richard, man.
Oh, man.
That power,
rest in peace, Rich. Rest in peace,
Ken, man.
No
you know what I'm saying? We dedicating this show to them two brothers, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Richard McMillan, man.
No
Ken
doubt.
Weathers, man. We love y'all, boys.
No doubt. To the death.
You know, that hustle, though, I can remember, man, being with you. It's me and you together on the block, man. And you just like, man, bro, I need you to stay with me all night.
I need you.
Don't leave me all night, man. And we stayed up, man, and we did like 1,500 on Chiddock.
Oh, yeah.
You know what
6 hours.
Overnight, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Just grinding and grinding, man. And just, you know, I just
I appreciate the love, though. I mean, even though I was in my lower vibration.
We was low.
But you still was in the high because you still had your brother love, you know, because, you know, it's a dangerous game out there.
Man, it was, too, man.
You got the police coming at you. You got the goons, the women. It's a dirty game. If you don't use your mind, you definitely going to be in prison.
That's right.
And a lot of guys, they weren't using their mind and got caught up, you know. Yeah. That's just part of the game. You got to know what you sign up for, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So we're going to take a little break right there, man. We'll be right back with Power Wise, man. Bouncing back the podcast, man. Peace and blessings.
This show is brought to you in part by Big and Little Carpet Cleaning. We have free estimates. You can give us a call at 612-284-1799 for commercial cleaning or home cleaning. Big and Little Carpet Cleaning. Free estimates. Give us a call. Big Zay's Hauling and Moving LLC. Moving to a new crib? Call Big Zay. In need of trash or junk removal? Call Big Zay. Very affordable, professional, and will get the job done. Call Big Zay for all your moving and hauling needs. Call Big Zay at 517-499-3491. That's 517-499-3491. Big Zay's Moving and
Yo, so we back here, man, bouncing back the podcast, man, with Brother Power Wise sitting next to me. Peace and blessings, man. So, we done been through, you know, kind of that rough life. At what point did you really know that you had to change? Or, you know what I'm saying, was it something that happened? Or what made you change? What caused the transformation?
Yes, sir. I'm glad you asked that question, sir. When I changed, so, to everybody that got children, I had my son, Little Jeff, and my daughter, Shayer Smith. When I seen them, I said, I can't live this life anymore. I knew I had to get out the game. So then, you know, I was getting signs actually from God. I was having dreams that Jesus was on the cross. He would shake his head at me like, man, you messing up. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, I started taking heed. So I flushed all my drugs down the toilet. And that was in 1992 or 3, excuse me. I ain't the right exact date. But that's when I changed my life. That was the day because of my children. And they saved my life, actually, though. My children saved my life.
Man, that's real what's up, man. You know Shout out to them babies, man. And
yes,
that's
sir.
what we're trying to do. We're trying to save some lives.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Like,
yes,
so when God talked to you, man, and one thing I learned, man, God talked to a lot of people. It's just they ain't opening up and listening.
Well, they still dealing with their lower self. You know, when you deal with your lower self, you can't see your higher self because you got too much energy in your lower self.
Right.
When you tap in your higher self, then the lower self is being controlled because the energy is always there. It's just how you apply your energy because negative and positive, they just polarities. It's the same energy, but one, if you get one and the other, one outshine the other.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
and that's why I'm glad. That's why I wanted you to be my first because, man, you know, I'm learning this on the fly too.
True,
you know, and what I'm trying to gain by doing this for just like we helping other people, man, I need this to help me.
True,
I need this to keep me focused. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm glad we could just politic. So your kids was born and you knew.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You knew. So what was your first steps? What was your first steps? You say you flushed the drugs. What happened after that? Because, you know, you was always known as like, you know, the bully, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, the street
bully, you know what I'm saying?
You know, yes.
But if somebody come and talk to you right now, they'll say, man, that's the most calmest, kindest brother I ever met in my life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Because
you know
I was high, brother.
You see how my brother calling me sir. You know what I'm saying? Because we on the show though, and that's so love, man. You know, that's love, man.
Yes, sir.
But you know what I'm saying? 30 years ago,
I'd have been like my dog.
Yeah, you
because
know
that's savage talking.
That's okay.
It's just a lower vibration.
That's what I want to know, right
that's
there.
All it is, so.
That's what I want to know, right there. Yup. So,
well, once you find yourself, you know, once you give up something you like, because the first thing I gave up, I liked the hustle. It was great. I loved it, but I had to give it up because it was going to kill me. There was too much energy coming at me. You know what I'm saying? So once I gave that up, then I gave up, stopped eating meat. And then I got better. I still was drinking for years to 2001. Once I got rid of that, the stuff that was slowing me down, not, you know, proceeding on my journey. And then I got better and better in my life because I already had all knowledge. I had my brother, Little D, William Hill, much love. He was one of my first teachers, though, on the knowledge, though.
Best friends in the world, man.
Yes,
my God, dog. Real
Ishmael Muhammad.
Yeah.
I had all kind of brothers coming at me with knowledge. I told him I'm going to get to it when I get ready because I knew I wasn't ready for the knowledge. So I had it put up in my crates. And then once I got my mind right, then I started gravitating towards that walk, you know. Yeah. So it's all about repetitions of doing good. Once you do get more repetitions, the better you'll get.
Yeah,
you know,
just like practice. Anything.
That's all it is.
Practice, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just here and I'm blessed, man, with the knowledge itself. It got me on a different path, man. Like, I see things before they happen now. That's from being on the street, because the street always kept you on point.
Right.
So I took some of that energy and made it positive to move in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean by that.
So you understand? And a lot of young guys, you know, they're raised up in their families. See, one thing we had our mom, our dad, uncles, grandma. So we had dinner at the table.
It was family back in
We had different kind of energy. So I went back to the basics. That's all I did. Went back to love because I forgot love. Once you out there in the street, you only see what you see, what you going towards, and that's when you got to change your paradigm shift.
Man, and I see that love all over you, man. You know, every time I look, man, you somewhere in life, man, just enjoying.
Yes,
life,
sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
And you know, to come from where we come from to, you know, being able to enjoy life like that, not off no hustling, not off no grimy, just off hard work, man.
Sir.
You know, we love to see that, man. That's that real transformation right there.
I do a lot of posters, though, because I want people.
Do a shout out for that, man.
Shout out. Much love. Much love.
Shout out for that.
Yeah.
Hard work. You hear what he said? Just hard work, man.
Yes, sir.
Love.
Yes, sir.
And that love, man.
Yeah. I know I used to always tell Ken when he was living, I'm going to the Bahamas. He was 16, I was 17 or whatnot. And then I made that dream come true. I used to tell my father, I'm going to the Grand Canyon, because he was there. He was always talking about it. I said, I'm going to get there one day.
Man, my
you know?
God.
So I did it a couple weeks ago, you know. And
I saw you.
It's a beautiful thing, man, when you can manifest things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Say something and manifest it.
That's right.
That's when you know who you are. See, when you know who you are, you can step in any room and no one can throw you off of your path, you know. So I know who I am today. It's Power Wise, and my name started with my birthday. I was born 5/3/72, 1972, and the 5th is power. So that power, and then the wise is the wise original black man. Thanks to the 5% Nation that taught me mathematics. Because mathematics, it tells the truth. It's going to tell you if you're wrong or right.
That's
you got to fix it. So I use mathematics in my life every day. If I'm doing something wrong, I'm going to fix it or not fix it. You know what I mean? So it's just a different equality. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. So, listen, if you right now had somebody that was 17, that was you at 17.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, you were sitting down and talking to yourself at 17.
Yes, sir.
What would you tell that person?
First thing you got to do when you talk to a younger individual, you got to get into their world and let them express themselves first.
Exactly.
Let them tell you what's good and bad in their world, and then you can give them advice. You know what I'm saying?
So listen to this. So, man, that's deep that you said that, man.
Yes,
I'm glad
sir.
that you
Yes, sir.
said that,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Because we try so much to try to tell them and tell them and tell them and tell them instead of listening.
That's
like
right.
bro just said, man, to all the fathers out there, the first thing you should do is sit down and listen to what's wrong, what's going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? And then you go from there, you know.
You gotta know what's going on.
Man, I get shot out for that, man.
Hey, do the knowledge though. You got a baby, right? 7 grandchildren. Much love to all of them.
Love.
But what I'm saying is, though, when I see them, I get into their world. If they watching cartoons or they're reading books, I'm always in their world. So it makes it funner. Ain't no responsibility until the responsibility comes.
Right.
So I learned that from just being around my grandchildren. Then I got a lot of guys that I work with. I train them, and I'm always making them happy. They always gravitate to me at the end of the day because I'm giving them a chance to speak their truth. Because we all got something to say, you know, at the end of the day.
I've always saw that about you. I've always, even in the streets to, you know, being to where you are now, I've always seen a lot of people just gravitate. You know, you got that pull. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
that's a blessing in itself.
It could be a gift or a curse.
It could be a curse because,
yes, sir.
And like at the beginning, it was a
curse.
curse.
Yes, sir.
It was a curse. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir, it was.
You stirred a lot of people the wrong way.
Yes, I
including
did.
Me.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Excuse me.
And I apologize to everybody out there. And
You
I
know
mean
what?
that, you know.
It was learning experience for all of us. You know, we had to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They call it the triple stages of darkness, my brother. That's what they call it.
I can remember going to school one day, me and you, and we took bottles back though. You remember that?
I don't remember.
We took bottles down to the gas station. Listen, we took bottles to the gas station, right?
Yes, sir.
We left Marie House, went to the gas station, took these bottles back. We went to Big L crib. Shout out to Big L.
Shout out, baby.
No doubt. Bought a joint.
Hey, I believe you. I mean, I was vibrating really low.
Me and you smoked the joint on
Going to school
to the alternative.
Wow.
You get up in that mug and flip out.
Yeah.
Jump on the table on them and everything.
Yeah, that's how bad I don't remember though, because I was so blind to it. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God he gave me a clean slate. I gotta say that he gave me a clean slate. You know, because I don't remember.
Lesson, man.
Even though, you know, and I'm glad I don't remember them.
That's
things,
right.
You know?
And then, man, you know, it's gonna be, you know, the people that's went through them things that's got that voice.
Yes.
You know, if you ain't never went through nothing, how can you, you know, kind of reach out? It's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say God give, you know, what is it? His strongest battles, the roughest battles to the strongest soldiers.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you
Yes,
gotta
sir.
go through those
Yes, sir.
battles. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? To get where we at right
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes,
We
sir.
had to go through that stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
It's no struggle while no progress.
it ain't. That's
you know?
right, man.
Frederick
You know.
Douglass said it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
okay, you said you would sit down and listen to him. You know.
Yes, sir.
And say if this guy, you know, this young guy told you, well, you know, I ain't got no mama, I ain't got no daddy, you know, or
Yes,
I know
sir.
it's the street life. I
Yeah.
don't know nothing. I'm out here on my own. What can you tell me? You know, what You said you wanted to listen to his problems first.
That's right. That's
so
right.
now you done heard his problems. What would you tell the brother?
Well, first of all, I would invite him to my phone number, and then he would stay in contact with me every time he need me. Then I would slowly take him to places that was full of love. I would start off, like, let's go to the park, man. I got a couple books. Let's try to read on this. We're going to heal you because I know that you need some help right now. I don't know how I feel not to have a mother and father, I would tell him, but I'm going to show you how to have a mother and father. Just so let them be my parents. Or
so
whatever.
You wouldn't just talk to him.
No, you can't be aggressive.
You're going to be physical. You're going to get him. You're going to come on, man.
I'm going to put him a different way.
Yeah, me and you going to get together. I'm not just going to talk to you and say, hey, man, what you need to do is do this and do this and do this. No. Brother, come on, man. Let's go here, man.
Show them something.
Let's go show them
different.
That, that's different.
Different picture, Because you got to remember, though, man. Pardon self, God. Like when they spoke to Jesus, he was a carpenter, right? But he had nails. If you do the knowledge on a carpenter, he got to have different nails to hit in different wood. So everybody ain't going to have the same reaction when you building with them in a different direction. So I got to use different nails for that, brother, because it's more like to the heart, like it's more like, dang, I'm hurt, I'm broken. So I can't hit nails, I'm going to break the whole wood. So I got to use intelligence on that one. With love. And love will bring everything back together, piece it up.
That's right, man. Oh, man. I'm loving this game, man. I'm loving this, man. And I need some of y'all young brothers really to tune in, because, man, this is knowledge, No
doubt.
If you hurting on the inside, like Big Bro just said, the first thing you need to do is let it be known, man. Go tell somebody, man. Don't keep holding that in. You know what I'm saying? You can go to a brother like that or a brother like me at any time and come and be like, man, I just need to holler at you, man. I'm going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so it ain't not one brother that couldn't come and talk to me and just tell me like, man, I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't sit down and, do my best to help you get through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big part of bouncing back. You know what I'm saying? This podcast. Okay, so man, tell me where you at now, man. What's going on in your life right now?
Right now,
family wise, tell me. Come on,
I'm in a lot of different avenues.
Tell me something.
But the main thing is, most of us we'll study everything in the world, every book, right? But we never study ourselves.
Man.
So I'm studying me now. I'm learning the inside of how this body works. Because we all got solar systems, We got 66 trillion stages of 66 trillion cells. So I'm learning how them work, how my cells work, because it's through the food. Right now they are killing us with this fake food, this fake stuff that we put in our body. So I'm learning me, how can I handle it if Walmart closed? What I'm gonna do if Myers closed? How I'm gonna plant my food? So I'm learning me and nature. That's what I'm doing, my brother.
Right. Say, man, being prepared for the future.
You gotta be 10 steps ahead.
Be prepared for the future.
Because the devil, he works 24 hours a day. He don't stop. So we taking time off, and then think about it. If you're eating 3 times a day, your body haven't got a break.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, it's overtime now. You got 8 hours in. He said, I ain't working no more. Then your cells become bad cells because the body get tired of working. So we gotta know ourselves, man. Know thyself. They tell you know thyself. And then, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm in love. I love my wife.
Man.
I got the beautifulest woman on earth in my eyes.
Let's go, man. Let's go. That's why I said so now
let's
go.
Man.
Let's go into family. We're
Family's
gonna start that over again.
Okay.
Let's go into family. Where you at right now?
I'm in the loving, with my brother Big Lou right here. All right?
Say
no doubt.
I
love you.
Know
what I'm saying?
That's where it's at, man. Shout out to my cousin, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's a beautiful couple, man. I remember when when you told me, man, and I'm just like, man, that's beautiful, man. That's a good thing right there, man. And, man, you are so strong of a brother, man, because I can remember me bumping into you when I had came into town one time, and I hadn't saw you in a long time, and you running and you working out every day, man.
Yes, sir.
You telling me so much about your change, and I'm sitting there, at the time I'm still in the streets.
Yes, sir.
I'm high and drunk, and you like, bro, I'm so serious about this. I've been celibate. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying,
I have.
man? You know what I'm saying?
10 years,
That
yo.
was just like
10 years.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Now listen what this brother just said, man. This is when you talk about real power, man. When
Yes,
you
sir.
can do that,
Yes,
man,
sir.
and keep all that energy in your body. You was celibate for how long?
I was 10 years, my brother.
Until you got married.
Until I got married, I made love. I made love. It wasn't sex. I made love.
Is y'all listening?
It's
Hold
a
on,
difference.
man.
It's a
Is
difference.
y'all listening to what my brother is telling y'all? He went 10 years without sex, man, until he got married, until he knew he had that one.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes, sir.
that's God body right there, man.
True indeed. True
Oh,
indeed.
man, that's special.
But see,
man.
when you know yourself,
That's
anything,
special, man.
you can do anything, my brother. Once you know who you are, sky's the limit, man. You can do anything, brother.
That's right, man.
And I know who I am, and I know I want to treat people right like I want to be treated. So
That vessel,
I know
man.
myself.
That's why I had you here, my first guest, man.
And I
Because
appreciate
knew,
it. Much
I
love.
knew, man, all of it, that energy was gonna go into me, and it would just motivate me to even
Yes,
push it a little
yes,
harder,
yes.
and do a little better, man. Oh man,
Yeah.
this is
Let's put Jackson
this is a
on the map.
blessing,
Jackson,
man.
Michigan, baby.
This is a blessing, man. So, what found you in it? What foundations? Anything that you involved in? You know what I'm saying? Or
Well, what I do when I just speak to people that need me, I don't need a pat on the back because I pat myself on the back.
That's right.
On that. But I'm always building with the young people every chance I get. You know, especially on my job, we get new guys every other day, and then especially young black men, they coming in with their pants hanging, and I break it down for them and just give them a reason to have structure. You know,
Okay.
because the best structure I ever got in my life was going to boot camp. It changed the way I work. It changed my
remember.
work habit. You
Yeah.
know? And I ain't been in trouble since, really though.
Right.
Since '92, and I thank God, just for the guidance and the knowledge to give me, the Most High God, indeed.
So you talk about the 5%ers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, do you believe that if more of the young brothers took the time out to do a little studying, that our environment as a black
Yes,
community
yes.
would change?
Well, once they know their history, see, that was our problem in school. We never knew, but we did. We knew everybody culture but ours. I knew about the Chinese man. I knew about the European. I knew about the Indian brothers, but I never knew about the Asiatic black man, which y'all call African today. But his true name is Asiatic black man, the
That's what
original
my mama
man,
used to say.
the cream of the crop.
I am an Asiatic
No
black
doubt.
man,
True
cream of the
indeed.
crop. That's right.
That means we the high,
Shout out to
because
my mama.
everybody,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
vessel come through us. You know what I mean?
Shout out to you.
So once you learn who you are, then you can see the world for what it is.
That's right.
Because if I didn't know my history, I'd still probably be caught up in the low vibration realm. Probably be dead right now from drinking myself
Right.
to death. I don't know. But I knew I wouldn't be where I'm at today. You know what I mean?
So how can, like the internet, man, has got these kids so messed up, man, if you ask
Yes,
me.
a lot of
man, you know
confusion,
what I'm saying?
a lot of
It's-
confusion.
Their mind is just totally confused.
Yes.
What can we do to reach out to them and give them that word and make them sit down and listen? Because it's so hard just to get them to tune in now.
You got to go on their world. You got to go on the internet.
Yeah.
You got your podcast, right?
That's right.
You in their world now.
Yeah, I'm
So-
here, you know.
so I'm getting that done.
I'm here.
Somebody
I'm
gonna
for
run
other
through this
brothers,
joint,
you know.
though.
Yeah, I want
You know
it
what I'm
for other
saying?
brothers, man.
You know what I mean?
man,
Somebody gonna hit that joint, cause you know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
no doubt.
And
Yeah.
then they might show their other brother like these are some different cats. They just ain't talking about hip hop.
That's right.
Or whatever they do on their podcast. They're talking about other individuals. They actually trying to put structure in the community.
Man, and that's what it's all about,
Nah,
man.
man.
Coming from nothing, man. I ain't saying we came from nothing, but I'm saying we took ourselves to nothing.
Because
you
we
know
want
what I'm
we
saying?
want that thrill.
We wanted that thrill,
Yes,
so
sir.
because we was all blessed to beautiful families. I don't
Yes,
care if you were
yes.
Pots or Pooh
Yes,
or
yes.
wherever you was born into
Yes,
that family.
yes,
It was
yes.
up to you to make that choice to
Right.
make the moves.
But that was the era when we came out.
Yeah.
You got to remember, we came from hip hop when
Yeah,
hip hop
yeah.
first came.
We came
so
from
we
that
battling
era.
all the time.
That's right,
So
man,
even
you know what I'm
we
saying?
took it in the street, we battling.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't come over here. You couldn't wear a
That's
gold
right.
chain if you wasn't no street guy. All these guys, they are pretenders, man. We really was out there.
Yeah.
And if you
Really
you
was out there for real.
if you was real, you could walk on Chiddock. If we didn't know you, you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
get violent.
yeah, you can-
I mean,
we
Chiddock
had
was
to.
different, man.
Yeah,
and
we
then the
had to.
arcade as well.
That's right.
But see, we had to do, man, because we didn't let anybody come in. Now everybody and their mama here. And that's why the neighborhood is so messed up, man. You got these kids killing kids. We didn't give guns to kids.
No.
We made them go to school.
That's
but
right.
the game is messed up because the people that's running the streets are messed up.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is, you know what I mean?
Man, these drugs, man, is so messed up out here, man. You know, these young boys on these drugs and
Yes, sir,
these
yeah.
pills and all of this stuff, man. And I'm one person who had a very bad problem with drug problems in the past. You know, there's been a time when you done saw me and had to pull me to the side like, bro,
Yeah.
get it right. You
Hey,
know what I'm
we
saying?
all got addicted minds.
That's
all
right.
it
That's
is,
right.
you know what I mean?
That's why when
That's
I
what it
talk
is.
about this, man, even if you smoke a lot of weed, man, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
an addictive mind. You
Very,
know what
very
I'm saying?
well, very well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, we really got to just sit down and kick it with these brothers, man. I'm thankful to have you here
Yes.
with me today.
You as
brother.
well, man.
Man, you know, I appreciate it. Man, I want to thank everybody, man, who tuning in to this show, man. My brother Power Wise, we're going to dedicate this one to Ken Weathers and Richard McMiller.
Rest
You know
in
what
peace,
I'm
my
saying?
brother.
Rest in peace to our brothers, man. And happy birthday to
Hakeem.
Hakeem.
One of our great speakers.
Man, love, man. He will be sitting down real soon, so y'all tune in for that, man.
Yes,
And
yes,
until
yes,
next
yes.
time, man, bounce back the podcast.
Peace and
man.
love.
Peace and love, Jacob Home. Power
Love.
Wise,
Love.
man. We
Love.
in here. Yo.
Yes, yes. One love.
That was beautiful, man.
Yeah. I hope you